we are back out for another crazy stealth camp. Now, this weekend I'm stealth camping on a roundabout. Yes, I know it's been done loads of times before, but the reason I like a roundabout is because you can bet nobody is going to come stumbling across your camp. Motorhome, glamping pod, log cabin. We're not about that here. We do it proper. Yeah, I did the roundabout further along up before, and when I was on my way to that roundabout, it was when I discovered this roundabout, and I always had it in the pipeline to do it. So I've been stuck for somewhere to camp this weekend. I did a recce, and having done a recce, I didn't like the location, and I sort of left it too late, and I was umming and ahhing whether I want to go a bit further afield or do I want to go somewhere scenic, and I thought I just want to do camping. I don't want to be doing big long drives, and I just want to get out there. So I'm going to head up there. Parked in a little quiet road. Got everything I need. Let's do it. So yeah, straight ahead of me, that's where I'm getting on. No hanging about. Yeah, so literally in front of me, look at that for an awesome place to camp. Again, that's where we're going to get onto, but for now I just want to quickly show you something. As I speak, there's actually kids climbing all over it, but over, if I zoom in, it's hard when you zoomed in. There is an old World War II pillbox. Behind it you can see Tamworth Castle. It's gone 6 PM in the evening. I don't want to be messing around, so I'm going to walk round to the beefeater side of the roundabout, which seems a lot more quieter and a lot less foot traffic over there, and I'm going to take my chance and I'm getting straight on, no messing around. Yeah, just down below you could just about make it out the pillbox, and that is actually where the River Tame and the River Anchor meet up along this part here. This seriously looks like my chance to go for it. Oops, stingers, hello. So I've never been on here before. It's a good job I brought camo nets, isn't it? Wow. So the small camo net is covering my line of sight over there. Got that little bit there, but I'm going to be hard to spot unless I'm prancing around like an idiot. Over here I've got all this green for cover. Is it cow parsley? It's either that or hemlock. As for now, I'm just sitting in the chair. The chair, yeah, of course, it's old. Ugh. But everybody still seems to keep doing it. So this area down here, in front of me, this is what I'm going to make do with. So I'm going to have to do a bit of gardening, I think, just clear it a bit. There is some bramble I've already got rid of, but no doubt there'll be some more lurking about. I don't want that damaging the bottom of my new tent. Yes, I am in the new tent tonight. This is going to be fun, trying to just clear it a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to have a chill out. I've got a few hours before it gets dark yet. I've already made friends with a blackbird. Okay, so I have sort of made it reasonable. What I have found is this old tree stump. I've obviously cut this tree down and I wanted to put my tent across here. So I'm just going to nip back to the car, I'm going to get a shovel and I'm going to dig it out. Of course I'm not. Really? I'm still going to put my tent there. What I'm going to do is this that I pulled away is weed. I'm going to put that on there so it sort of cushions the rough edges. Yeah, I think that'll do it. And I've got my old under tarp, which I'm going to put down as a footprint, extra protection for the bottom of the tent. And we'll see what it looks like after that. Lots of creepy crawlies on here, and those cow parsley, whatever they are absolutely full of aphid, as I found out. It's bruised, it's battered, but it does what I want it to do, and it's nice and soft now and it doesn't rustle. It's purely for the purpose of protecting the bottom of my ground sheet on my tent, and it also adds to the warmth. It's an extra layer. I've literally cleared all of that area, all the bramble. Now what I want to do is find out which way the wind's blowing, because I like to have a tunnel tent with the wind blowing into the rear of it. Now I have predicted the wind is going that way, so let's check with the lighter. I think we got our answer. Wind's going that way. Now, with a tunnel tent, if you pitch them with the rear and the wind, yeah, you'll have the ventilation flap at the back open, and with the wind, breeze, whatever it is at the time, blowing through the tent, that will really minimise the condensation. It also helps blow air between the inner and outer, and it keeps a nice steady airflow. Very important. Let's get the tent up. So it's slowly drawing in. I'm expecting a nice little sunset behind me. I am all set up. Oh, my nose, I do apologise. Yeah, all set up. I've had to reposition the camo net. Sometimes I forget how long these tents actually are. Let me show you. Before, the camo net was across that bit there. Now, I think it's better there. And what I'm going to have to do is just pull my chair around a little bit, bring it round a little bit. I'm going to have myself a tinny, and I'm actually going to do something that I normally do the following day or a bit later on, but I'm going to go on walkabout. I'm going to see if this tent is visible from the roads going around the roundabout. So I will actually do a full 360 across all the crossings, and then I'm going to come back. And then I'm going to get the wood burner on the go. But this week I'm actually going to try it with some barbecue coals. That's going to be interesting. Just to point out, I've got the old JBL speaker on the go as well. I mean, who's going to hear that on this roundabout with all the traffic whizzing around? And if you do hear music, you're just going to think it's a car, aren't you? You're never going to think there's somebody playing music on a roundabout. So, normally if I'm doing a real stealth camp, like obviously some of the stupid ones I've done in the past, having a speaker on will just give the game away. But here, don't matter. So, lovely and comfortable stealth camp. So far, so good. So we are off on a walkabout. Let's go. Oh. A quick look around the camp before we go, and then we'll have a look from the outside. Do need to pull them in actually. One, took that one in as well. I bet you wouldn't do that if there's a copper park next to you. So the one thing about this tent, it tapers. It's not too busy now. Let's go for it. Yes, so I have got all this cover here. Well, straight away, that's not obvious, is it? I should have got on this way, shouldn't I? Instead of going for all them stingers, or should I say stinging nettle. Speed they come flying round there. So from here you won't be able to see a thing. I'm not going to record the whole thing because it will be boring. I'll do various points where I'd be exposed. So fast forward to here, for example. I am in that area there. Yeah, not a clue. We will carry on. As a pedestrian walking, now when I said we're in a very busy area, I'll show you why. And I'm camped on that roundabout. We are probably about 180 degrees, as if obviously in terms of walking around the roundabout. The start point that I did was directly, so yeah, 180 degrees. We've got a lovely red sky, just can't see much of it. Okay, we still cannot see me. Spin the camera around again. Nope. Now, I'm convinced I'm well and truly hidden up there. Well, I decided I was going to come and take a little look at this World War II pillbox. And it's flooded out and full of rubbish. The disrespect. Let's have a look if we can see inside. Yep. Wow. So it's obvious when it's dry what it's used for. Absolutely disgusting. I was hoping it wouldn't be in such a condition or flooded out. Let's have a look from this side. Yeah, what a sorry state. I regret coming over now. There is an heron just there. He'll probably fly away. He's about to fly away. Clearly on the lookout for his supper. See if we get a better look of him. There he is, a little unsettled. So walking back, the temperature has really dropped all of a sudden, and I noticed the closer I got to the water, or should I say the river, it felt like it was, there's that heron. So yeah, the closer to the river I got, the more cold I felt, almost like it was you could feel the moisture in the air. Also, I am in a meadow, actually quite a beautiful meadow. Teeming with life, Visceral. Let's get back to camp. Get my jacket on. Can hear young uns screaming and shouting. Beautiful horse chestnut tree. Old pointy finger, yep, do apologise. Horse chestnut, for those who are not too sure, conker tree. So we did the full 360 via the pillbox. Yeah, I did get a bit sidetracked, didn't I? Okay, so I'm just going to go for it. A much nicer entrance. Any ideas yet? I'll tell you where I am because I already know. There. Hello. Yes, so I've had to kind of break cover because I'm going to be cooking some burgers on my new stainless steel wood burner, but tonight I'm going to be using barbecue coals, and I know it's tiny, I don't know if you can see that. Obviously when it's on the barbecue you'll be able to make it out, but yeah, I've had to break cover and sit sort of outside the camp. Yeah, I've got the light on. Who knows what people think? They might just think it's a car in the distance, I don't know. From the other side of the roundabout, whatever. But as it is now, I'm just sat here, I'm a person sat here. Now, I've copied other people's ideas on the internet. One of them people happened to be Nick. That's him with the daft hat. So I'm trying his cotton balls pulled apart and smeared with Vaseline or petroleum jelly, whichever, same thing I think, yeah. And I'm going to basically put some of these between the barbecue coals, light them, and let's just see what happens. But I do have some lovely Wagyu burgers to cook, providing I can get this going properly. Yeah, so it's loaded up. I've put the cotton in various points. Let's see how this goes. Wow, lit straight away. And that. I'm going to knock the light out. Little update. She's certainly going now. Look at that. Yeah, it's a little bit brighter than I anticipated, and it's warm. Not very obvious. We are micro barbecuing. Look how tiny that is compared to my hand. But it's ready to cook on now anyway. It's lovely and warm. Let's go get the burgers. So first up on the grill, I mean it's going to be one at a time, of course. Let's just go for it. When I said one at a time, I literally meant one at a time. What a crazy little wood burner stroke barbecue stroke. If you put the pot bit on with the stands on, you can put a pan on top. But yeah, it's certainly very hot in there due to the induction. Okay, so I did laugh at that and how small of a grill it was, but we have got a decent looking burger. We're gonna put that on top. We've got some rip-off Allure pack. We're on the British mature cheddar, one on top, one below, and I'm going to get the next burger on the go. I'm actually really impressed with that, really impressed. I absolutely 100% take it back what I said about that little barbecue. I mean, it's awesome. You use a bare minimal amount of coals, you cook a burger at a time, so you don't have another burger going cold, because while you're eating that one, the other one's on the go. It's actually better than I actually thought. It's brilliant. How wicked. And it's still hot enough I could get a couple of sausages on there. But I mean, by the time I've had this, I should be done. A little bit flame grilled, but that is awesome. We're making it official. Oh, we're somewhat alive. It was warm again last night in the bag, hence not being in the bag now. Again, haven't just woke up. Gonna wait for a little while, just been chilling. I'm still amazed at how much space I've got in here. It's huge in here. It's certainly more room in here than the Jackal 2 and the Hyena 2. I've got to get a drink. I've got a mouth like I don't know what. Ooh. Nice bit of breeze blowing through as well. That'll help with the condensation, as I said yesterday. Yeah, so we are sort of nearly packed down. We're in no rush. I want this space here, about here, to cook some food without all my gear stinking of smoke. Yes, I'm going to use the barbecue again. It's a lovely day, but it does feel a bit cold. So I got the thermometer out to check. I managed to break the little hook off the top as well somehow. 11 degrees. Yeah, so that's kind of chilly. I don't feel like putting my down jacket on though, it's not that cold. It's when you're camped on a roundabout you realise how incompetent so many drivers are. The amount of times you hear the horns blasting, clearly somebody's in the wrong lane and they've cut somebody up, and the amount of people with noisy exhausts, what's all that about? Come on. I mean, I'm not moaning as I chose to be on this roundabout, so obviously I expect to hear that, but it makes me laugh when you have all these engineers that have spent all these years making cars quieter and quieter and quieter, and obviously with the silencers and stuff, the technology that's gone into it. I was saying, that's more of a sporty car, but I'm on about kids putting big bore exhaust on. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, you've had these engineers, designers designing cars to make them as quiet as possible, and then you get some lad decides, well, I'm going to make my car sound really loud. Why is it? The smaller the car or the smaller the engine, the louder they want it to sound. You know, if I was driving around in a pokey 1 litre car, I don't need to advertise that to everybody. Mentality of kids, eh? Same with the motorbikes. Some of the screamers that have gone by, wow, my arm's aching. Imagine having a selfie stick and you use your arm. Yeah, like that. But we have flat packed the grass a little bit. Well, it's not even grass, is it? It's whatever that weedy stuff is. Weedy stuff. That's a name for it if I ever had one. I think the wind is blowing that way still, so I'm going to put the barbecue there, light the grill, cook my sausages, maybe do some bacon on the grill as well, that is, once the sausages are done. You ain't getting a lot on there. In fact, I might do the sausages on the grill and then put the pan on the top. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Otherwise it's just going to take me all day to do them sausages. Let's get cooking. Saying it's 12 now, but I think that's because the sunlight was on it. It's definitely a lot chillier than that. It just looks nice because obviously the sun's out. Now, I did set the little alcohol stove up to make myself a brew or two, as I do, and then I thought to myself, actually, the heat off that at the minute, it's way too hot to cook my sausages on. It'll just burn them. Obviously I want it just to, sorry, just sorting this out behind me. Wind's blowing it up a bit. I did put a stick at the bottom to hold it down, but it's not doing the fat lot anymore. Yeah, I will use instead of wasting fuel, I'll use the heat from the barbecue initially
I'll put the lid back on that. The good thing about this little alcohol stove, if you don't use the fuel, it's got this rubber O-ring inside, so you can store it with fuel in. That's lovely and warm now. Too hot to put your hand near it. As I found out, like the idiot that I am. Ho.
While I'm waiting for my kettle to boil, I want to take this opportunity to say I had another fantastic night in the Scaffold 2 by Van Gogh. Very, very impressed. So far, what I like about it is it's actually the same height at either of the poles, so you can sit up either end. I also like the door, you can do it with one hand, and it's sort of, how to explain it, it's not straight down the middle, it goes from the side and round, as you can see that in the video, and it's got a rain stop, stops the rain dripping in. I've yet to see that in action because obviously I've not camped in it in the rain yet. What else do I like about it? The space inside, I feel like I've got extra foot room at the bottom. Now, yesterday I mentioned that the tent itself tapers in, but that has no effect on the space inside at all. The alloy poles, I like the alloy poles.
Oh, it's not far off. Lincolnshire sausages. Oh, we can fit 3 of them on the actual grill. Better than what I thought. It just fits on there just nicely. And I've put the kettle on the little alcohol stove because this was about the right temperature to start cooking. It's nearly boiled anyway. Lovely job. Yeah, they're cooking really quick. I'm having to really keep an eye on them. I'm going to do the bacon on here. I mean, look how thick that bacon is. Oh, don't drop in there. And we have tea. 2 cups to be fair. 1 failed egg. Kind of stuck to the pan. I don't know why. It never normally does. Let's hope we have success with the second egg. Yeah, this bacon is really, really thick. Everyday essentials. Whenever they have this stuff in Aldi, I always go for that stuff. You find it's actually sometimes, if you get the right pack, sometimes actually better than the premium stuff. Right, let's have a go at this egg. Okay, so we did manage to turn it over, and I popped the yolk on that one as well. What am I doing today? Oh well, it'll all... Lovely best butter. We should have said the old Lurpak rip-off. Nordpak. Is that better? Slightly salted. Yep, that'll do for the egg. Let's put it all together. We have some grub. We also have a wasp who wants me food as well. Where you gone, wasp? No doubt it'll try and land on my plate. That was delicious. Kettle's just boiled. I'm going to drink these brews. And I'm going to get packed away.
So it's 1:25 now in the afternoon. Now last night I intended to get to sleep around about 11 PM. I was tired, didn't sleep properly during the day when I come in from work, obviously in the morning, broken sleep. I thought I'm just going to have a really chilled out camp, get my head down early, get up at a reasonable time, and 12 o'clock came and I still, another example of people not being able to navigate the roundabout correctly. Wrong lane, obviously cutting somebody up. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So 12 midnight came and I was literally in the tent all ready to another whiz pop. Yeah, I do apologise for the noise. Yeah, so I was in the that noise was through my ears. Really low powered motorcycles, so they make them sound really noisy, and yeah, but start again. So I got into the tent, I was all ready to get my head down by midnight, and then I had a random text from Molly at Camping Rules OK, and I'm really glad I did, because now the irons are in the fire, we've got some plans in place. Go away with your noisy motorcycle. Really. Yeah, the irons are in the fire. We've now got some plans set in place. It was really good to catch up with Molly. As you know, he's been going through separation, divorce. I don't know where it is at the moment. So I'll just speak to Molly as and when. Obviously, been going through a hard time, just like Tim. But yeah, we've got plans in place, so there's going to be 3 of us going out on an adventure very soon. So I've used this a few times now. I've used it with twigs and pine cones. I have actually used it in the garden before I went camping, just to give it a go, so I had a good idea of what to expect from it. And obviously last night and today I've used it with barbecue coals, and for what it is and how light it is, it's a awesome addition to my camping equipment. I'm actually really impressed. I know the barbecue, obviously it's small, but to do yourself a burger, and you can basically do a burger, eat a burger while the other burger's cooking, so you'll have hot burgers. Obviously making a breakfast, obviously it's a bit more difficult to, you're obviously going to have to do a bit at a time, but you've got 3 sausages on there, which I was impressed. I've done the bacon on there and I've done the eggs in the pan. Yeah, so I can't remember how much it cost. I got it on Amazon. It's spelled O-H-U-H-U. O-hoo-hoo. O-hoo-hoo? I don't know. I'm sure it's about 8-9 quid. But yeah, really impressed. Really impressed. And of course, it also takes my reliance purely on bioethanol away. Up till now, apart from obviously having the barbecues in the warmer weather, I do always use bioethanol. Let's have some mid-seat. And I don't like having a fire. I think the only time I've ever had a fire myself was with Ryan. Ryan had his fire pit on the go, and I built that
well, I didn't build it, I put together the bricks and made a bit of a brick induction stove where we cooked the stew on. That was a cracking night, that was. But other than that, I haven't actually had a fire. So this is sort of me having a fire in a very responsible way, I think. What I do need to do is remember to bring some tin foil with me, or a pie tray, and put it underneath to obviously protect the ground. The ground is a bit dry. I've kicked anything that's combustible away from it, but the actual fire itself is actually off the ground by the design of it, but it could still ignite the ground, so having something underneath makes it a bit more responsible, of course. I'm slowly backing away and drinking tea. All I've got to do now is just get it all in the pack and then get the nets down and we're out of town. There's certainly a lot of people around. Yeah, of course, I'm all packed up now. All I need to do is take the camo nets down, pack them away, and that's another successful stealth camp on a roundabout. I'll go with the little one first, big one, and I don't care who sees me now because I'm done, I'm finished, I'm out of here. Winner. Look how exposed we are now about the nets, eh? It just shows how really well they work. Apart from the trampled down little bit of ground here, golden rule, as always, leave no trace. I've made sure I've got everything. The bit of foliage, leaves, whatever that I've trodden down, they'll grow back, they'll spring up again. It's time for me to get out of here now. So the handle on my water bottle snapped, so I've just fabricated one up out of some paracord. Bag of rubbish. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed the camp. I'm ready to go now. Pack on. Let's get off this roundabout. Right, so here's my chance. Oh dear. So it's time to wrap this week's video up. Thanks for watching. Please give me a like, please subscribe, and you can always buy the idiot a coffee. Thanks for watching, and thanks for keeping it real.